Well, hey there, everybody. How you doing? We start this one off in Crestline, Ohio. I've backed into this building to unload a tall, top-heavy machine. One of those big refurb jobs. You can tell they've done this before. The place is built for it. Inside that building, man, they've got some really old machines that they've got looking brand new. That's what they do over here. They take something old and make it new again. Pretty awesome place. That's what they're gonna do with this thing I just dropped off. Anyway, from there we hit the road. I've already made a couple more drops over in Ashtabula, Ohio, then over in Lockport, New York, and now we're gonna be heading into Canada. It's kind of weird heading to another country. You know, I go to Canada all the time, but you know, in recent events, you know, the U.S. has this thing where they're gonna be making sure everybody can speak English. You know, I'm gonna feel weird if I go to Quebec soon. Anyway, we're over here in Mississauga, dropping off another big piece at a rigger's yard. It's a little tight up there, but they've got it down to a science. After that, we're gonna be rolling back into the States. But this episode, it's not just about the road. I want to take a moment to talk about something I've been seeing and living with for a real long time. I grew up in this industry, been around it since I was a kid, and one thing that's always stuck with me is how hard truck drivers can be on each other. Always sizing each other up, always got something negative to say, rarely giving credit, even when it's earned. So I want to take a few minutes and speak on that from the driver's seat, just me and the road, because maybe it's time we started seeing each other a little differently out here. I've been in this industry for quite a while, like since conception pretty much. But the entire time I was growing up, my dad was a long haul trucker. And I always kind of saw myself doing that one day. You know, I had other dreams and other aspirations growing up, like hell, I wanted to be a rock star, or, you know, I wanted to be a cartoonist at one time, or, you know, whatever, you know, but trucking was sort of always in sight. That was something that was always there. And, you know, my dad had driven for a couple companies here and there, and, well, one thing I've always noticed ever since I was a little kid about truck drivers is how critical they are of other truck drivers. Even other people, but mostly other truck drivers. It's almost like you rarely hear a truck driver talk good about another truck driver. It's always about how good they are. You know, like they are the total shiznit, like they are the best thing to ever happen to trucking. They are God's gift to trucking. That's how a lot of truck drivers come off. You know, like you look at another man's tarp job, like, oh, I could do better. You know, you fucked up here. You should have done this. You should have done that. Oh, I could make them miles, you know, overnight. I could do this. I could do that. It took you how long to get where? Or, you know, it's always so critical. You see someone trying to back into a spot, and you'll have these guys talking smack on the radio, you know, oh, you ain't gonna make it, or, you know, rookie this, all this bad stuff. And it's something I've noticed forever. And I've been there, I've done that. I've been that guy who has been critical of others. You know, these truck drivers will think they're just so better than anybody else. You ever deal with that? You can be telling a story about something you saw, and then, you know, Joe Bag of Donuts over here, well, he's got a one-up you. You know, oh, you hauled 100,000 pounds? I hauled 1,000,000 pounds, or I did, you know, What makes truck drivers that way? Hey, this guy's wearing flip-flops. This guy's wearing pajamas. And the flip-flop things, I've become really kind of lenient on that because of my own experience. I've mentioned this before, like the other day I was wearing my flip-flops in the terminal. Usually I only wear flip-flops in the shower, but I decided I was going to go up, take a shower, and I was going to wear another pair of flip-flops because I want my feet to breathe, man. And the reason I'm like that now, where I don't give a damn about that, is, man, I had a serious case of jungle rot on my right foot for almost 20 fucking years, man. Damn near 20 years. I got it over in the desert, fucking jungle rot, and it was from keeping my feet in these boots all the damn time, and not letting them breathe, and so that that's kind of how that occurs, and then they get wet, and then your feet, that's. And so I got rid of that crap. I got rid of it, and I'm going to tell you, man, I don't ever want it again. Ever. Your feet need to be completely dry before you wrap them up in socks and stick them in some boots. And sometimes I just get out of the shower and I think, what, I'm going to wear my flip-flops. I'm going to let my feet breathe and let them get dry before I shove them into boots. Or, someone who's calling it a day and they go and get in the shower and they don't put their boots or their shoes on because why should you? Why should you get in your full uniform, your pearl snap shirt, and your blue jeans, and your polished cowboy boots? You gotta be kidding me, man. Some of these guys that are so critical about, we don't stop, or we only do this or that, will have Dunlap disease, where their belly Dunlapped over their belt, or they have a bunch of missing teeth because they don't take care of themselves. They're so worried about making that damn dispatcher happy or whatever that they don't take care of themselves. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. No problem with that. I'm just saying, I think about these things like this, being in that situation, and empathizing, having some empathy, and trying not to be so critical, so quick to criticize someone else. That's something that's always been here in this industry. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm about to park, call it a day, and it's just something on my mind. Catch you guys next time. Later.